Titles are becoming less and less significant in society as time goes on. You've probably seen it where teachers or those who have pursued doctorates would rather you call them by their first name than call them based on their accomplishments. And a lot of times what people are doing is it's kind of like a humbling thing to say, to lower themselves, kind of to say we're all the same value. But when you do that, a lot of times what happens is the role in which people play in society is less and less respected. I think of this when it comes down to Jesus. When he came on the scenes, people would call him by all sorts of different titles. Some people would refer to him as a master, teacher, the Christ. But the term he most often referred to himself as is the Son of Man. And growing up, a lot of times I thought of himself when he was calling himself this is that he was kind of stating the same thing, that he was lowering his value, saying we're all born of a woman, he too is flesh and bones. But really when that was taking place, when he was saying that, he wasn't lowering his value, but rather raising his role. And so in Daniel chapter 7, what we see is the Son of Man is coming not in a limousine or in a bulletproof SUV, but rather on the cloud of heavens. And he approaches the Ancient of Days, the one who no one else would be able to be in his presence and live. And not only would he be able to live there, but also the Ancient of Days would give him a kingdom that would last forever, which is crazy. It's amazing. It's wonderful news for us. Because a king generally, yes, he can do whatever he wants, whenever he wants to do it, to whomever he wants. But our king chooses to share with us all of his accomplishments. Not only does he share with us his eternal life and forgiveness, but also he shares his own titles with us. When we come into his kingdom, he doesn't call us by the name of citizen, but rather as a son or a daughter of the king. And not only that, he doesn't just give us this identity, but also a role to play. He calls us a royal priesthood, lets us taste in his own royalty, and also gives us a role to play in society, which is just incredible. So this year when we see Jesus lowering himself in a manger, let us not lower his value, but rather when we sing carols or pray, and when we read our Advent devotions, let us remember his titles. And what will generally happen is our heart will catch up more and more to value him more and more for what he has done for us.